Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Chicken Boys podcast. It is your host, Travis, and I'm here by myself. Solo flying here. Just wanted to cover something that I have been digging into myself, and I wanted to share with you guys. You guys might find it interesting. So, last week, the Browns and the Ravens played. It was Shedeur Sanders' first start as a NFL quarterback, so kudos to him. Fourth string QB, made it all the way up and started. Good for him. Happy for him. It's not about him, though. Late in the game, near the end, there's actually 58 seconds left in the game. The Browns were up 24-10. They were actually inside the 29-yard line of the Las Vegas Raiders. So they're in their opponent's 29-yard line, and they're up 24-10. Instead of going for a field goal, which would be it'd be a 46-yard field goal, instead of going for a 46-yard field goal, they decide to punt for it. So they punt it, kick it away inside the 30-yard line. It would have been a 46-yard field goal. Instead, they go and they punt it. The ball lands inside like the 10. All right, fine. Very conservative, very strange, very odd behavior. You don't typically see something like that called whenever you're that close to a field goal. So, back it up. There's a lot of sports bettors out there that quickly jumped on this. And the over-under of this game. So the over-under, for people who don't know, is a point total set by a sport book. So an over-under of, let's just say, 40.5 points. So a combined scoring total by both teams, you would either bet, all right, I think they're going to end up under or over 40.5 points. And that little hook, that little half point is added on there in case the game were to end at 40 points exactly. It's to help get a winner or a loser here. So the half point, obviously you can't score half points. So if they score 40, they're under. If they score 41, they're over. This particular game, it was set at 36.5 points. So at 24-10, that's a combined score of 34 points. So right now, they are under the 36.5. If they kicked a field goal and made it, it would have put it at 37 points, which would be over the 36.5. Instead, they opted to punt. As I said, at the 29-yard line, they opted to punt. And so the game ended 24-10, and it came in at 34 points total, hit the under. I'm not here to argue if this was some sort of odd behavior, as in, like, I don't have evidence that this was done purposely for hitting the under. And I don't think anyone does. The only people that would find that out would, I guess, be the FBI. They're investigating everybody. They're doing stuff like this. So maybe in a few years, I don't know, will the Browns be hit with something? I don't know. To play devil's advocate, it was Shedeur Sanders' first game, and they're happy with their lead, 24-10. And their defense is the shining light of that team. Talking about the Browns, their defense is good. So if you want to look at it from that perspective, maybe there is some truth to them thinking, hey, let's just put the game in our defensive hand, in the hands of the defense. I know there's only a minute left. Let's just punt it away, have our defense close it out. Because if they miss, if they miss the field goal, they can get the ball back, whatever. Admittedly, it's very strange. It's a very ultra-conservative play call to to punt it from the 29-yard line. It is strange. It's very hard to try and defend that, quite frankly. Very hard, very, very strange behavior. So they kicked it, and the game ended, hit the under, and there's no reason as far as anyone being injured. I tried to look up, see if maybe the kicker was injured. What's the kicker's kicking percentage from the 40 to 49 yard line? I did see that he is at 50% on the year. He had 4 attempts. He only made 2 between the 40 and 49 yard line. So it would have been, like I said, it'd been a 46 yarder. He would have been in the 50-50 territory there. So, okay, maybe the coach didn't have trust in him. Fair enough. That's fine. But still, like, if you don't have that much faith in your kicker to make a 46-yard field goal, then, I mean, you may have to, I don't know, you may have to start looking somewhere else. And that's just the facts of that. Like, if you can't trust your kicker to make a 46-yarder in good weather, something's a little strange there. So, I'm not saying the Browns sold the game to hit the under. I'm not. I don't have evidence on that, but it is very strange behavior. And I tried to see if there was ever a kick or a punt inside the 30 of at any time before, and I couldn't find one that stood out to me. To me, it was at least the first time in a very long time that has ever happened. Very, very strange. Very strange behavior there. So, I guess that goes to the overall sports betting scheme as a whole. It's just, what are we doing here in America? What are we doing? Why are we having sports betting now? Because it's clearly players are manipulating it. Teams are manipulating it. We have baseball players, recently Guardian players, Cleveland Guardian pitchers who have been arrested for rigging prop bets, strikeouts and outcomes and first pitches of the game, rigging those. We have former NBA players, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups. We have people like that getting in trouble with clearly rigging bets. So what is going on that the FBI is not even catching? What out there is still happening under the table that people are not seeing? Maybe people don't want to see. They're turning a blind eye. They know what's going on, but they don't want to say. Stuff like that. And it's honestly, with it coming to light, like I said previously, it's kind of changing my opinion on sports betting. I used to be, hey, it's fun, hands off. I don't do it, but if you guys want to do it, sure. I like tracking it too. It kind of makes oh, this team is favored by this much. Let's see if they actually pull it off and win. So, but I'm starting to change my tune to it. It's looking to be a detriment to not just football, but all of sports. It's kind of crazy. So, you're not going to hear this from ESPN or Fox Sports or CBS. You're not going to hear this because the sports books are paying them for advertising. And if they say one bad thing about it, they can lose that sponsorship. And quite frankly, sports betting in particular, generates quite a bit of money. I mean, let me see here. I had it pulled up here. They generate close to, it's in the billions. So it was legalized in 2018. And since then, it has been around $100 to $110 billion. And so this is global revenue, but it's a multi-billion-dollar industry in America. So clearly, it's a moneymaker for America, and the government gets their taxes off of it, and it's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. So here, 2024 marked a record year with, so this is U.S., $13.71 billion in revenue. It's up from $11 billion from the year before. This came from $149 billion in total wagers with a national hold rate of 9%. So the sportsbook profit margin. So they profited $13.7 billion from online mobile sports betting. And again, this was from last year. This year's 2025. Obviously, those stats are not in yet, and we won't know about them until the end of this year. But it's trending upwards, and a lot more people are betting. It's being marketed to the younger generation. A lot of young guys going into debt, wanting to place their bets on it. And if they're not going into bet, they're budgeting for it. It's a slippery slope. It's a very slippery slope if you know anything about that. So, as I was going back to, you're not going to hear anybody talking about this because it's making them a lot of money. It's kind of taboo. Everybody knows something's going on. Obviously, the FBI is letting it out of the bag that, hey, we're finding this with these players, but ESPN really can't talk about the harmful aspects of this. Fox Sports can't say anything about it because they're getting paid by these guys. So the only places you're really going to hear about this is in your friendship circles or I guess on small podcasts like this. And I just want to put the word out there that it's something that we need to be aware of. It's a huge moneymaker for people. And I know it's kind of a big conspiracy theory for people to believe, oh, the NFL games are rigged. The only rigged sport, quote unquote, sport out there, I believe, is wrestling. WWE wrestling is clearly scripted. Everybody knows that. And it's still a big moneymaker. No question about that. So let's turn to the NFL. In reality, there is no human on earth that should be paid $1 million, let alone 10, let alone 20, 30, 40 million dollars to run, throw, catch, or block. There's no human worth that amount of money to simply throw a football, run a football, catch a football, or block another human. There's no human on earth worth that amount of money. But what is worth that amount of money is the entertainment value of that. What is worth that money is that player, that person putting on a show so that it generates people to go and place bets to generate that $13 billion, to go and sit in those seats in the stands and place those bets, to go and buy that merch from your favorite team of that favorite player, to go and maybe choose this place to do business with because your favorite player has signed a shoe contract with them. It's marketing. Everything is, at the end of the day, about money and marketing. So this NFL player, I'm not going to name any names, just pick a player. Pick any player. They're paid X amount. Let's say they're paid $20 million a year. They're not worth $20 million a year to catch a football. They're worth $20 million a year to that team because they can market them. They put fans in the seats in the stands. They're out there buying their jersey. They're creating revenue. They're creating this entertainment value. You can add that. You can add this to any sport. You can add this to the MLB. You can add this to the NBA. You can add it to anybody, any professional sports team. Because at the end of the day, it's like Joe Burrow said on Thanksgiving night when they asked him, why are you playing? He's like, we're getting paid millions of dollars to play a child's sport. And that's 100% true. It's a child's game. You play this, you see this at school recesses. It's played. We all love it. I'm not downplaying it. We love the sport of football. We like it. But at the end of the day, they're getting paid to be entertainers. So, and that's not a conspiracy. That's a fact. It's just the money is there. And this is a touchy subject, but that is why, in large part, women's sports is not paid the same way. Quite frankly, you're not seeing many people out there wearing WNBA jerseys. Unfortunately, that's just the fact of it. It's the case of it. You don't have many people watching it. It's not generating the ad revenue that the NBA does. That's just how it is. If you want to argue with it, nobody's coming to watch my pickup soccer games. I'm not complaining about it. We're very low tier soccer players. We do it as a hobby. That's just how it is. Nobody's coming here to watch us play our pickup games. Much in the same way, more people are going to watch the MLS games. Why? Because they're much better. And even more people are watching in Europe, following their teams in the champion or in the English Premier League, or in La Liga in Spain. Why? Because they're even that much better than the MLS. So bringing that all back, the players are getting paid what they are because of the ad revenue they bring in. So is it really that much of a stretch to sit there and say, oh, maybe a game or two might be maybe rigged a little bit. Maybe not a whole game, maybe a play or two. Hey, we're featuring a special on this receiver. Let's make sure that he gets on this drive in particular. Let's make sure that he gets his looks. Make sure he gets the ball. Make sure the defense leaves a little pocket, little hole for him to make his catches. All right, because we're doing a little promo on him. We want him to maybe be the next thing. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. If they weren't making money, we wouldn't have sports. We wouldn't have sports. So this is just a lookout. This is kind of like just, hey, wake up, kind of be careful. What are we doing here? What are we doing? They want our money, and in any way they can get more money, they'll do it. So don't just think everything is innocent and every sport game is just may the best man win, because I don't think that's the case. I'm starting to see more and more things that are sketchy, and so yeah, I just want you guys to be on the lookout of that. I think it's interesting. I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Thank you for listening.